If you've just started the carnivore diet or you're thinking seriously about it, the first 30 days are make or break. Okay. If you can complete your first 30 days, you're on the downhill slide. And tonight we're going to be talking about the 7 tips and tricks to get you started on your first 30 days and to get you completed successfully on your first 30-day carnivore challenge.
Welcome back. This is Monday Night Live. If you're new here, let us know where you're watching from. This is Dr. Ken Berry, my sweet, loving husband. And we've been doing live Q&As like this since 2017. Yep. So strap in because you never know what we're going to talk about. Even though we have a subject, things just happen. Okay? It is a live show. Yes. So if you have someone that, a friend, a colleague that's interested in carnivore, feel free to share this live stream with them or the replay later. And let's get into tip number 1.
Let's do it. So tip number 1, a carnivore diet, first of all, is just animal products. Okay. So it's basically meat, eggs, and fish. That is a carnivore diet, nothing else. Now, some people add a few things to their carnivore diet, but then it stops being carnivore, starts being ketovore or keto, depending on how much other stuff you add. But if you really have severe type 2 diabetes, severe obesity, severe fatty liver, severe high blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, you need to do at least 30 days of strict carnivore. So tip number 1, wait a minute. I got my little tips.
You got tips typed in?
Yes. Wow. Tip number 1, eat fatty ruminant meat until you are full. Now, this is a very loaded statement here. There's many, many things to this statement. I'm going to take the fatty ruminant meat and you take the until full.
Okay.
Sure? So fatty ruminant meat. Why? Well, what's a ruminant? Okay. That's in America. That's a cow, a sheep, or a goat, or venison. Now, there's actually lots of ruminants around the world. The 10 most commonly eaten ruminants around the world, depending on where you live at, because we have people all over the world who watch this, are beef, lamb, goat, buffalo, bison, venison, camel, elk, caribou, reindeer, antelope, or yak. I've never had yak, but I would absolutely try a forkful of yak. So ruminants, they have a different digestive system, and they also have a very selective diet. They have to eat certain things, and then they digest it in such a way that their meat is arguably the cleanest meat you can eat, the least inflammatory meat that you can eat. Now, don't get me twisted. Chicken's fine, pork's fine, all the other meat's fine, fish is fine. But for many people, especially if you're really dealing with inflammation, it needs to be ruminant meat and not lean ruminant meat. It needs to be fatty. If it's ground or minced, it needs to be 70-30 protein to fat. You need to cook it in some butter. You need to put some bacon grease on it. Cook your ruminant meat in fat. You want to have plenty of fat. Eating fat does not make you gain fat. It helps you lose fat. Now, what do I mean about eat until full? Why is that a big deal?
Dr. Berry is famous for saying eat till full, eat when you're hungry, and don't eat when you're not hungry. That's because when you eat a carnivore diet, you are eating fat and protein. Those are highly satiable. Your hunger cues should kick in at some point. Now, a lot of you can't trust your hunger cues.
Yeah.
You spent years eating highly palatable, chemical-laced Franken food, like most of us. So things like chips and dips and things that you can't just eat one is the tagline on them for a reason. Eating till full for some people may make you nervous because you spent years calorie restricting. You think you have to make sure you're not, you're a little hungry or you're not doing things right. Most people, even if you are overweight, you are undernourished. So we want you to spend some time just eating real food and getting those nutrients, those full amino acids, that B12, the folate, the things that you can get from vitamins, but are most bioavailable from the real meat. So trust the process. It feels scary to just eat as much bacon as you want. It feels scary to eat as many greasy hamburger patties as you want. But most people, especially those who are coming from a standard American diet to a carnivore diet, even if they're following the Eat Till Full, still see a lot of success, a lot of weight loss. You can see people in the comments of this live stream or the replay who can attest to this. One of my favorite creators on YouTube, Chris Cooking Nashville, he did this, and he's lost over 100 pounds, and he creates the most delicious carnivore dishes. But he started doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs the way that we talk about it all the time. So it does work. Now, at a certain point, some people may want to stop the eating to full and dial in on their macros a little bit more. But if you're beginning, don't worry about that. Just eat the real food, eat until you're full. And if you are not hungry, then don't eat anymore. Don't try to chase a fat macro because somebody told you on some random YouTube video that you needed to hit a certain fat macro. Just trust the process for the first 30 days and just eat fatty meat, eat till you're full, eat when you're hungry, and have a little bit of patience.
Yep. Now, I was just looking over these tips. I think tip number 3 is the one that really helps beginners not crash and quit, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Right now, I want all you guys watching to say hi to Granny Berry. She's watching from our parents down in Alabama. Hey, Granny Berry, we love you very much. Hope you're having a good day. Granny Berry is 96.
She just had a birthday.
Years old, and Granny Berry eats her meat every day, and she loves it when you say hi to her and where you're saying hi from. Okay, Granny, we're going to tip number 2 now. Tip number 2 is salt and electrolytes. Now, this is super important because several things are going on here. The first thing that's going on is you've probably been taught since you were a little child that salt is bad for you. Salt is dangerous. Salt causes high blood pressure or heart attacks. None of that is true, especially when you cut the carbohydrates in your diet and you're eating keto, ketovore, carnivore. You need to salt your food to taste. That's how your body tells you how much salt you need. And so if the meat you're about to eat, if it doesn't taste salty enough, salt it. If it tastes too salty, then you salted it too much. Okay. That's a very sophisticated biochemical measurement instrument, your tongue. So do not be afraid to salt your food until it tastes exactly salty enough for you. Nobody's advocating that you just take the lid off the salt shaker and dump the whole thing on there. Nobody's saying that. Salt it till it tastes perfect. That's the amount of salt that you actually need during that meal. The second thing that's going on is that you are becoming keto adapted or more keto adapted. Many people who go from low carb or keto and transition and do their 30-day carnivore challenge, notice they're having a little bit more carb withdrawal.
Some people call this fat adapted. It's the same thing.
Right. But if you say she's fat adapted, sometimes the algorithm hears you call somebody.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
and we're not calling anybody that. So we call it keto adapted. So it's going to take you anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks to get fully keto adapted or fat adapted. And the salt and the electrolytes are going to help this greatly. Now, any of you guys that are going to do this 30-day challenge because you have a lot of edema or you have really high blood pressure, keep a bathroom handy, okay? Because you are going to diurese. You know what that means? It means you're going to pee a lot because you're lowering your insulin, and that's going to allow your body to get rid of all that unhealthy stored fluid on your body. But with that fluid goes salt and electrolytes. And so Nisha loves Element electrolytes. That's the one she uses.
We make our own too.
We also make our own.
There's lots on the market. You have to find the one that fits your budget, fits what you're looking for, has the good ingredients that you're looking for. Everybody's different on their taste. Some people like the taste of Element. Some people like the taste of other electrolytes. It's whatever works for you. Just check the ingredients and check that it, make sure you can drink it.
Yep.
I really like the raw unflavored, which has no actual flavor. It's just salty. Most people, you're not going to start there if you're new. You're just not. But there's plenty of really good ones on the market. Just find the one. They sell them at Walmart now.
Element?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
You can drink, some people like to drink pickle juice.
That's perfect.
And that's also fine too.
Yep. And now this is when we have people join our PhD community. This is when they've just started carnivore. This is one of the very first things they're like, hey, I'm having leg cramps. I'm having muscle twitches. And it's because they're still afraid of salt or they're not getting enough electrolytes. And so this is super, super important. Now, tip number 3. Now, when I say this, some of you who have been used to eating 3 or 4 times a day with snacks in between are going to go, I can't do this. Just wait. Don't go anywhere. I promise, listen to the rationale behind this. So you need to eat 1 or 2 meals a day, and you can start with 3 on the first few days of your carnivore challenge. But I want your goal to be, if you're eating 3, I want your goal to be, I'm just going to eat 2 meals a day. It can be breakfast and lunch, or it can be lunch and dinner. Or if you're in the South, it can be dinner and supper, or it can be breakfast and dinner. It doesn't matter. But just try to wean it down to 2 meals a day with absolutely no snacking in between meals, including carnivore snacks. And a lot of the carnivore snack companies don't like it when I say this, but you don't need carnivore snacks, okay? Bacon and boiled eggs and meat sticks, they can be your carnivore snacks. You don't have to spend money on this. So what you're doing is you're eating a diet that's so rich in protein and so rich in fat. And Nisha kind of hinted at it in the previous. You're going to be satiated. Those are the 2 macronutrients that tell your satiety hormones, your fullness hormones. Those are the hormones that say, hey, you're full, stop eating. You're like, oh, I'm stuffed. You know that stuffed feeling? If you go to the Chinese restaurant and you get the stuffed feeling,
you keep going back.
you're hungry again in an hour or 2.
Yeah.
But on a carnivore meal full of fat and protein, when you hit that stuffed feeling and you stop eating, you stay full for hours, many hours.
We have many friends, and if you're new to this carnivore space, check out Kelly Hogan. She's another great carnivore creator that we love. She's going to be at Meat Stock, so we'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kelly has said in the past that she does the hamburger test, and if she's truly hungry, then a plain burger patty looks great, sounds great, and she eats it.
Yep.
Now, if she says, I'm hungry and that doesn't sound good, then she's not truly hungry. That's how she gauges. Now, everybody has their own thing. For me, it's boiled eggs. If a boiled egg doesn't sound good, I'm probably not that hungry. Anything that isn't overly fluffed up, right? Chris Cookie Nashville makes some amazing stuff. And even the highly satisfying things like he made a carnivore cornbread and browned butter and macaroni and cheese that's made from carnivore ingredients. I wanted to eat more of that. Yeah. We went to an event and he cooked all this. And I was mad.
They brought the dish of mac and cheese because they'd given us the little appropriate size servings, and I'd eaten that. Then I think I ate my neighbors, and they just brought me the dish. I'm like, I'm about to
pound this whole thing.
Yes.
And there was so much left, and I was so mad because it tasted so good, but I was so full of even this really amazing carnivore fancy dish that I thought because it was macaroni and cheese, I'd be able to eat even more.
Like the old days.
Like, because I could pound a whole thing of
whole box, yes.
I could not force it down, and I wanted to. I was big mad about it. So even if you're making a fancy dish, like something that Chris does over on his channel, because it is the good protein, and I think that he's got a cookbook coming out where he shows how to make this macaroni and cheese, and I'm pretty sure it has something to do with chicken.
Oh, so good, so good.
But
it was full of fat
and protein, and so even though I wanted to just eat my weight in it, I couldn't.
Yep. And that's part of the secret of this carnivore 30-day challenge. Is you think, oh, you don't know me, Dr. Berry. I can eat. When I go to the Chinese buffet, they start crying because they know they're about to lose money. They used to be me, and I can probably still do that at a Chinese buffet today. But if I'm eating carnivore, I eat. How much less food do I eat now? Total amount of food than I used to eat.
I mean, probably what is funny is his brain thinks he still eats as much as he used to, and so his plate looks significant. But he does not completely eat.
That's true. Very often, my eyes are bigger than my stomach, as Granny used to say.
Consistently, because and this is because it's left over from when he used to eat things that he needed that big plate to be full, and now he doesn't. But the plate still looks like that.
Yep, absolutely. So here is tip number 4. Now, if you want to write this down, you can, but you don't have to because this video is posted. You can go back and rewatch this. Watch it again if you want to write them down. So number 4 is prioritize sleep and get some daily exercise. Now, you may say, well, that's not really carnivore. Well, no, but it is really healthy and it's really good. And many of you, yes, I'm talking to you, you have not been prioritizing your sleep. Now, I've got 2 videos on my YouTube channel about sleep hygiene. It's very important. Your sleep environment, your bedroom, your cave, that's how you need to think of it. And if you will prioritize it and do all the tips and tricks I talk about in the sleep hygiene video, you'll actually get an extra hour of deep sleep a night. And that's going to help your body heal tremendously. Then the daily exercise. Now, what does that mean?
That just means more movement than what you would consider like your baseline. So if you work at a desk, like a lot of people do, you want to make sure that you are at least walking several times a day and not just being stagnant, right? That doesn't mean you have to go 3 times a week to the gym, although that is great.
That's great.
Also,
but not necessary.
Not when you're first starting. We want you just moving more than you normally would. Stop being stagnant. Get out in the sunshine. Get the fresh air. It's springtime. And the pollen is out. I'll give you that. But that is so good for your mental health and your physical health.
Now, don't get it twisted. Exercising is not going to help you lose weight.
It can help your body recomposition.
That's exactly right. It can make your bones stronger and help you put on muscle as you're losing the fat. 100% it can, yes. But don't think I'll just go and outrun this bad diet. That's not going to work. That's never worked. It's not going to work for you either. Okay. So prioritize your sleep. Try to get the best quality sleep you can. Protect your sleep like money in the bank. Well, I don't know if you should keep your money in the bank these days. Maybe like, I don't know.
Protect your sleep like you protect your dog.
Yeah. Or your Bitcoin or your silver or gold, whatever's valuable to you currently. Protect it like that.
I hope it's a living thing.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Bitcoin.
Things are kind of changing here in modern society.
If your child or your animal had some issue that they needed to make sure they were getting rest, wouldn't you make sure that they got that rest?
That's good.
You would.
You would prioritize that.
We take really good care of the people around us while not taking very good care of us. But if you don't take care of yourself, then how are you going to take care of the people that you love?
That's true.
So prioritize rest. And this is easier said than done for a lot of people, specifically the women.
Yeah.
Specifically the women with children.
It is.
Specifically the women with children and full-time jobs and a husband and a household. Like, I get it. But set rational guidelines for yourself. If you know that you can't go to bed at 8, then don't try to go to bed at 8. But try to go to bed at 10. Most of us can do that. And then have a 30-minute window prior to sleep, close my eyes time, where you're going and brushing your teeth and doing your bedtime routine. It doesn't have to be this fancy TikTok version, okay? Just like settle down, plug your phone in, listen to a book. Don't be scrolling. That's never going to help you get to sleep. And turn the lights down, turn the thermostat down, have some white noise.
Yep.
Get
all the
your
tips and
bedroom to be this place where rest is the priority in there. You should not have a TV in your bedroom. If you do, get it out right now.
Unplug it right now. Yeah. Do not sleep another night with a TV on in there. And if you do have children or dogs, you may have to put a threat out that my bed is, unless you have a bone sticking out, you have a terrible nightmare, or you've got blood squirting, do not wake me up.
What did you just blood squirting?
If you've got blood squirting from a jugular vein or a femur sticking out, then come wake me up, of course. Or if you have a terrible dream and you're scared.
No.
But don't just come in there and be like, no, don't do that.
Listen, I speak from experience. And Coach Alyssa, who's our community manager inside the PhD community, said, okay, Nation, that's because she knows I'm talking to her. Okay?
She's like, okay. Now, a lot of people, when we talk about this carnivore diet, they're like, well, won't I get vitamins and mineral deficiencies if I eat just meat? I'll get scurvy. So tip number 6 that we're going to get to in a minute, that's going to touch on that. But what I want you to understand right now is that meat is the most nutrient-filled, nutrient-dense food that you can eat. A lot of people think, oh, no, spinach is very full of iron and stuff. You understand you'd have to eat 5 pounds of spinach to get the amount of usable iron in 8 ounces of meat. Okay? Don't let people mislead you. I love our plant-based brothers and sisters, but they're incorrect about a great many things. Now, if you haven't already done so, please take a second and make sure you're subscribed to this channel or this account and hit the thumbs up or the heart. And we're going to get into tip number 5.
Track non-scale victories daily. He says daily. Now I'm going to be a little bit more rational. Yep. Weekly. Okay. Is a good place to start because we're all busy. All right.
True.
But set 1 day a week and put it on your phone. Okay. That thing that's attached to your hand all the time. All right. Put an alarm that's like we need to track our non-scale victories. Now, before you do this carnivore challenge that we're talking about, you're going to take inventory of everything so that you have a baseline. Doing a carnivore challenge is an N=1 experiment, which means you're doing an experiment on yourself to see what happens. We don't know. But to be able to see what happens, you need to know your measurements. If you're someone who gets on the scale, get on the scale. Get your labs done if you're a real data nerd and see what your baseline is. If you've had labs done in the past 3 months, that's great too. If you are someone who has a lot of symptoms that bother you daily, if you have neck pain, back pain, anxiety, depression, anything that interferes with your daily life, you're going to give it a rating on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, I just need to be hospitalized at this point. It's over. 5 to 6 being, it really interferes with my daily life, but I'm able to kind of function, but I'd rather it not be. And then, anything under that is like uncomfortable, but manageable.
Yep.
And then every week you're going to come back and see if anything has got worse, improved, or not changed at all.
Yep.
And that way, at the end of the 30 days, you can see, did carnivore do anything to help me? Did it do anything to hurt me? Do I have more questions? Do I want to give this 30 more days and see how it goes?
Right.
Or is there something I want to tweak? What were you eating? You don't have to track all your macros. The easiest and most simple thing to do is what one of my good friends and your good friends and the documentary Cholesterol Code, Dave Feldman, he documented every single thing he ate. He just took a picture on his phone.
Yeah.
That's it. That
just
phone,
kept it in a folder.
again, that you have in your hand all the time, take a picture of it. And then at the end of 30 days, be like, what did I eat? Was I truly eating carnivore? Yep. Did I eat a lot of dairy?
Yep.
Did I increase the Diet Coke because I decided I was going to let that in there? You need some documentation. And then the non-scale victories are the ones that are going to be the ones you don't even expect to see. Sometimes you didn't even write that thing down, but you're thinking, wow, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
My back pain is improved.
Yep.
That's so weird.
And don't be surprised if you have weird things like that get better, that you would have never even dreamed that a diet would make better, like your shoulder arthritis or your back pain or your psoriasis or your eczema or your dandruff or a lot of people say, yeah, it's got so much better. I never dreamed that the diet would do that. One more thing that I would recommend that you track that's non-scale. So a non-scale means you don't get on the bathroom scale. Is to take your measurements, like you're getting measured for a suit of clothes or a dress. You said that? I couldn't remember, especially if you're a woman.
And if you don't know how to do that, get the tightest pair of jeans you own.
Also the gene test, yes.
And at the end of the month, try those jeans on again.
And see if there's any difference.
Yeah. You can also take pictures on your phone. You don't have to share them with anybody. But you can get one of those tape measures that are, what are they called? Taylor's tape.
A Taylor's tape.
Walmart for like nothing. And you just Google how to take my measurements for fat loss. And
you can get one on Amazon for, I don't know, $5 or less.
They're very cheap.
And you take your measurements and you do it at the beginning of the month and put in that note document they should talk about. Then in 30 days, you do it again. Be prepared to be shocked, especially your kind of middle measurements. Be prepared to be shocked that they're going to be significantly improved.
People who are watching this who are not newbies, share your non-scale victories. I see a few of you already doing that.
Yes, please, in the comments.
It's for a lot of people, I can ride a horse. I went on a vacation and
that's
been a thing that I've always wanted to do is go horseback riding, and I weighed too much. I couldn't get on a horse, and now they can't. I don't need the extension on an airplane when I get on an airplane.
Yeah, the seatbelt extension.
I can ride certain rides when we go to Disney World or Dollywood. Or I can push on Betsy Rose is watching. She's going to say, I can mow my lawn.
I can mow my own yard with a push mower now. Yeah.
There are so many non-scale victories that sound just like things that you take for granted that for other people are just such a huge deal. They thought they would never get to be able to do these normal things and be in this category where they don't have to be ask for special things.
Yep.
And those are non-scale victories that we love to celebrate. So put those in the comments.
Absolutely. Trick tip number 6 is try to eat nose to tail when you can. And I'm going to let you cheat on the ruminant part. Tip number 1. You don't necessarily have to eat beef liver or calf liver because it is by far the most livery of all the livers. It is quite livery. Okay. Now, chicken liver is much less livery. Nisha, if you use her chicken finger or chicken nugget recipe on her YouTube channel and cook chicken nuggets, chicken liver nuggets like that,
Okay.
you can eat those all day, no problem.
I tell you, the easiest way is to just buy some chicken liver pate.
For that.
To get started, because handling chicken liver can put you off.
If you're not used to it, that is true. That's true.
So you can find this at most grocery stores. I know Kroger carries it. And listen, they're going to have a little ingredient in there that you don't like. It's not significant enough to outweigh the benefits of getting your first taste of some kind of liver, okay? And then when you want to start making your own, that's fine. But it's a good introductory point to buy the chicken liver pate that you find at Kroger. You can take the ancestral supplements, capsulated liver that I think we have a discount link in the description.
It's in the description. Yeah.
Also, we've had people buy liver and chop it up into tiny pieces, stick it in the freezer, which is basically your own version of that. And that costs almost no. Chicken liver is so cheap.
Yeah. Because everybody thinks it's a junk throwaway food. They're like, oh, gross. But if you cook it right, it's going to be fine. You're going to like it.
Our kids get tricked into eating it because I put it in the ground beef and burger patties. So again, you have to handle liver, and some people aren't ready for that. That's okay. You just chop it up into tiny. If you have a KitchenAid, you can get the meat grinder and really go to town. And you can hide liver and ground beef very easily. You cannot detect it. If my kids can't, Beckett is the most picky eater on the planet. He can't tell.
He cannot tell. And now the ratio matters. I talked to somebody at the Homestead conference.
Sure.
And they were mixing it 1-to-1.
No.
And they're like, nah, that didn't work. I'm like, oh, no. You don't mix it 1-to-1.
I would say 4-to-1.
4-to-1. Yeah. Beef, 4 parts beef, 1 part liver, or 5-to-1. Because even then you're still eating an ounce or 2 of liver, which is a freaking nutritional home run. Liver has more vitamins and minerals than literally anything you can think of in your head and name as a superfood. It beats it hands down, not even close. Blueberries, Aussie berries, spinach, kale, broccoli, I don't care. No food you can name has more vitamins and minerals per ounce than the liver of literally any animal. Now, if you can eat beef liver, huzzah, get her done, because it's the best nutritional quality wise. But chicken liver is a close second. Cod liver is another great option, not cod liver oil in the bottle. That's not what I said. You can buy cod liver. Also, if you eat whole sardines or anchovies.
Sure. There's a liver in there somewhere.
You're getting all the stuff, right?
This isn't on your list, but I think it's important.
Yeah.
That when you are doing 30 days of carnivore, and if it's your first time or even just your second or third time giving this a go, do not worry about being perfect in the type of meat you are buying. Meaning you do not need to go out and buy grass-fed, grass-finished, pure, fancy meat.
Absolutely.
If it's not in your budget. Now, if it's in your budget, by all means, go out and get the highest quality that you want to do.
That you can afford, yes.
If you are someone who is like, I just need the health benefits and I cannot afford to spend, because meat's expensive, even the basic meat is expensive.
Yep.
And I don't want you feeling like that's not good enough, because it is. It is.
100%.
Most of the people that are in our PhD community, right here on YouTube in this community, got their health benefits from the grocery store budget sale meat. Okay. Not even regularly priced basic meat. They shop the sales. And they still have lost over 100 pounds. Yep. They've got off of their diabetic medicine. They've lowered their A1C. They have reversed type 2 diabetes. They have reversed depression and anxiety. Yep. They have had multiple health benefits, and they're just
eating the cheap ground beef from Walmart,
regular
or Kroger,
bacon,
or Winn-Dixie.
Even hot dogs and mustard. Okay, this can be done without spending bukus of money, because you need to be the specialty, organic, fancy schmancy meat. Okay?
Absolutely. If money is a big issue in your home, you can do this with all beef bologna, all beef hot dogs. This can be done. You can buy the ground beef that comes in the big 5-pound stick that looks like a stick of bologna. You can do this diet and improve your health immensely and not break the bank.
If you are watching this on the replay, please leave a comment sharing what you ate. If you just ate basic stuff, what your benefits were, because I think people really have a hard time because they're, and we don't knock influencers. We are influencers, but they're doing a job, and most regular people are not able to do the things that a perfect world in influencer land reflects, right? So we want real people in the comments showing their real experience, what they really ate, the real benefits, because we can talk on here all day long, but nothing gives more proof than the people in the comment section who have done this in the real world. Absolutely.
Now, before we talk about tip number 7, the final tip, and it's a good one, Nisha wants to talk to you guys about, we're going to be going to Meat Stock.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's this week.
That's coming up.
I'm about to have to pack. If you were going to Meat Stock, please, if you see us, come talk to us. We do have a booth. So because Dr. Barry, everywhere he goes, he calls it
traffic jam.
Yes. And that is not a flex. It's really annoying to everyone around us. And he distracts from who is on stage. And so we try our best not to distract and to have a place for you guys to come to. We're going to have books. If you have a book already, bring it. He'll sign it.
Absolutely. We can take an USSI.
You can take an USSI. We're going to have information about the PhD Health Coach Academy that's about to open up again. There is a link to get on the wait list. If you're not coming to Meat Stock, get on the wait list. There are benefits, winky, to being on the wait list.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we can't wait to see you guys there. Dr. Barry's going to be at the dinners. If you are VIP, he'll be at all those things, but he'll be walking around the whole time talking to everybody. We're really excited to go hang out with you guys. Hey, before you get into this last amazing tip, we haven't mentioned dairy, and I think that's a very important subject.
Let's talk about dairy.
Dairy is carnivore.
It is.
It is. However, is dairy in your carnivore? And that depends. If you are someone who struggles with any kind of skin condition, eczema,
acne, psoriasis,
or has an autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, joint pain, if you have constant congestion, allergies, those things are exacerbated by consumption of excessive dairy. So maybe in your first month of carnivore, you allow some dairy, but you want to measure it, not overconsume it, and possibly be a little bit more strategic about the type of dairy you consume.
Full fat, actual real cheese if it's cheese.
Hard cheese if you can get it.
No sugar added, no junk added. The shortest ingredient list you can find, always full fat. Very, very important.
You can have coffee. Most carnivores drink coffee. Heavy cream is fine for most people in the beginning, but we want you to measure. You don't need 4 ounces of heavy cream in your coffee. Get you a little shot glass that has 1 ounce. That's usually enough for most people. A tablespoon is a serving, so keep that in mind.
Right, and for most of you, a teaspoon in your coffee is going to give it that silky smooth, milky feeling. And so you just didn't need a lot of atoms by going how I used to do with my heavy cream. Don't do that. Just a teaspoon's all you need to give it that cream.
And this is for those in the beginning, because there are, so Kelly Hogan, who will be at Meat Stock again, she drinks a glass of heavy cream.
And I used to.
But she does amazing on it.
Yep.
If I did that, I would have hormonal acne all over my face, and he would gain 20 pounds. Probably.
Exactly right.
So the message here is she's not wrong, and we're not right, but we have different things that we have to keep an eye on, ingredient-wise. So it doesn't mean Kelly's wrong because she drinks a cup of heavy cream. That means it works for her, and maybe it works for you, and maybe it doesn't. But you have to do that experiment and see if the benefits are good or if you have a reaction of some kind.
And also, there's probably 1 or 2 of you guys going, this sounds dangerous to eat nothing but meat for 30 days. Kelly's been a carnivore for over 15 years and looks, 15 years younger than her biological age.
You can go
she looks
check
amazing.
Out her channel, hear her story. She's amazing.
My Zero Carb Life, I think is her handle. Kelly Hogan, check her out. And she's been eating nothing but meat for 15 years or longer. And just say, does she look healthy? Does she look vibrant? Does she look mentally clear and alert? I think your answer will be yes to that.
Yeah. So another thing we want you to do is have support. Now, there's different levels of support That's the next one.
That's the next one. You got it.
So one level of support is what you're doing right now. You're watching our video. You're getting a live Q&A session with us. You're hanging out with the community in the comment section. You have an online YouTube plethora of information, and that's a level of support. There's another level of support where you have a buddy in real life. Maybe you do a carnivore challenge with a friend. A lot of people do that. And a lot of people start an Instagram account while they're doing that. And then they become a carnivore influencer. And that's what happened to Chris Cook in Nashville and Kelly too. And then there's another level where maybe you hire a health coach, and that's one-on-one accountability where they help you set your goals, and it's more in depth. And maybe you don't need all that, but maybe you just need more Q&A with Dr. Berry and just to know that there are people doing the same thing you do. That's the PhD community. We have live Q&A in there 3 times a week if you're in the community level, and a supportive community of like-minded individuals like the ones you see in the comments. Many of these people are in the community and have been in there since 2017 when we started doing our online community. And we've been doing this literally since 2017. We kind of fell into it. It was weird. Yeah. We've got our act together, and we have a really good community of coaches that help out in there too. If you want to come join, that link is in the description. It's $30 a month. If you want to upgrade and get access to all the Dr. Berry AI stuff, the challenges, the courses, the meal plans, the macro calculator, and a bunch of other stuff, then you can always upgrade to our annual plan. And we are in there, like I said, doing live Q&As all week long. Yeah. It's not one a month.
And now
it is how many? 3 times 4 is 12. You do 12 lives a month.
12 hours a month of live Q&A inside the community. So don't think you're not going to get your question answered. You're going to get all your questions answered.
And there's not, how many people are watching?
There's 2,500 right now, but inside the community it might be 150. Yeah. So we're able to answer every single question.
Much more.
Now, let me be very clear. Some of you guys don't need that. No. Some of you guys are like me. You're like a mountain lion. You're like, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos. I'm going to have a conversation with Grok or Chat GPT, and I'm just going to do this. Great. Some people can do that. Mm-hmm. Some people need that buddy. You need that buddy in real life or your virtual carnivore buddy that you do this with for the 30 days. And that's totally fine. It's just a different personality style. Some people, especially people who I find that need the PhD community, is somebody that their spouse is 100% not on board and actively trying to sabotage it. Their mother-in-law's bringing them cookies every day. Their church group, it literally, when they say bring a dish, that means they might as well say bring a dessert. You need some support, and that's what the PhD community is for. If you don't have anybody in real life around you who can help you or will help you, we will help you, and there's a link in the show notes.
Also, when you sign up, you get access to Dr. Berry's masterclass with the PhD guidebook, which you can get for free in the description at drberry.com. You just put your email in, and it will auto send to you. But if you're in the community, you get the PDF. You can just download it without putting your email in. And there's a 1-hour masterclass where he walks through every single page of the PhD guidebook, and that's really helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people love that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's next?
Q&A. You guys ready to ask us some questions now? Now's the time to ask us your questions. Type them into the comments. Keep them as short as you possibly can while including all relevant information. Let's see. I think we've got some over here I'm going to grab first. We'll get our super chats first. Carl says a male 60-year-old friend used to eat lots of beef, including grilled steaks. Now he cannot digest red meat. What could cause that, and what could be the fix to it? So there are many people as they get older, they just don't make as much stomach acid or pancreatic enzymes that help them digest the meat. Also, if he's had his gallbladder taken out, he may not be storing enough bile to break down the fat that's in the meat. Some people need help with their digestive enzymes or with the stomach acid. Now, your friend may be taking a Nexium, Prilosec, Prevacid, a proton pump inhibitor, or Zantac, Axid, a H2 blocker, and that's just canceling out his stomach acid, and you're not going to be able to digest meat if that's the case. So if he's taking anything to block the acid, he needs to stop that, because guess what gets much better on carnivore? Heartburn. Okay, that's the reason. That's the main reason I'm still a carnivore after 8 years of doing this. Keto made my heartburn, which used to be awful, 80% better. But when I did my carnivore 30-day challenge, just like you're thinking about doing, At the end of that 30 days, I had zero heartburn and was not, I used to take 2 Nexium. I was taking nothing, had no heartburn. I still don't have heartburn to this day, which is still kind of miraculous that a carnivore diet made my heartburn, which used to be severe, go completely away. And so I've got several videos about heartburn, reflux, gastritis that your friend can watch, Carl, on my YouTube channel. That should help a lot. Hey, there's Holly Kreisel, our good buddy. Holly may have been with us since 2017.
She has been with us this whole time. Betsy's been with us a really long time.
West Coast Outdoors got some labs. ApoB is high at 119. LP(a) is 16. Total cholesterol 180. HDL is a little low at 43. Triglycerides are beautiful at 78. LDL 120. Non-LDL 137. HSCRP is great at 0.4. I'm not concerned about ApoB levels or LDL cholesterol levels if your A1C, your fasting insulin, your triglycerides, your HDL, and your HSCRP are normal. You can go back and rewatch that and write those down. So you didn't tell me what those other labs are, but if they're also normal, I could care less what your ApoB is. I think it's overhyped to sell pharmaceuticals.
Mark's got a question for me.
Okay.
What is the best diet for a nursing mother? So I recommend, depending on how the mom ate during pregnancy, if she was low carb, then continue to eat low carb. If she was carnivore, continue to eat carnivore. However she was eating, she can continue to eat as long as if it was keto. Now,
if it was on the proper human diet spectrum.
Keto or more carnivore. If she was standard American, which we do not judge, okay? Mom's doing her best. That's a hard time to be alive when you're carrying a whole human in your belly.
Let's just grow another human.
Yeah, it's hard. And then she wants to transition into a healthier way of eating. It needs to be slow and consistently dropping those carbs down a little at a time. Mm-hmm. So let's say she's currently eating 200 grams of carbs per day.
Yep.
And she's just going to drop those carbs 20 grams per week, slowly till she gets to where she is. And that's not because going keto during nursing is dangerous. You have a fluid shift, which can cause milk supply to drop temporarily, but that stresses mom out, that stresses baby out, and then we all have a hard time. So doing it slowly while making sure plenty of salt and electrolytes are coming in with her water intake. That's the best plan. Low and slow, take her time. But if she was already keto, she can start doing the same thing, but she's probably going to start at 50 carbs and then drop them from there to wherever she's comfortable. I think nursing moms can eat way more carbs than someone who is not nursing because you are expending a lot of energy. You're a milk making machine. Mm-hmm. So a lot of moms can do 100 grams of carbs per day, and that's totally fine and healthy for them, depending on what her goals are and why she wants to eat lower carb. You know, just low and slow. Don't stress, and make sure she's getting. It's more about the protein and the fat and getting that electrolytes and salt in to make sure that she doesn't have a fluid shift, because that can be tough.
And when it comes to pregnancy, I've had a couple of people say, well, I'm pregnant, but I don't think I can do carnivore because I have either preeclampsia or gestational diabetes. You're the exact poster child for who should slowly, like Nisha said, over 2 or 3 weeks, convert to at least keto, if not carnivore, and your gestational diabetes will disappear.
There's a great book by Lily Nichols called Real Food Pregnancy.
Yep.
And you can find that on Amazon. I have 2 or 3 copies. Mm-hmm. Also, if you're in the community, the PhD community, there are several nursing moms in there doing low carb and keto and even carnivore. So there's a full support group in there for you too.
Absolutely. Now here, let's see. Deb says I have high cholesterol, but I was also addicted to carbohydrates. I started ketovore about 2.5 months ago and won't have my cholesterol checked until the end of May. Should I see a change by then? Yes. Now, here's the change. A lot of people, they've been brainwashed to think if you eat keto or carnivore, your cholesterol is going to go up. That's a lie. About 1/3 of people, their cholesterol goes down. About 1/3 of people, it stays about the same. About 1/3 of people, it does go up. And then about 1% of people, or 2%, their cholesterol goes sky high, and they're probably lean mass hyperresponders. And if you have heard the name Dave Feldman, they're actually, him and Nick Norwitz and Adrian Sotomoto are doing active, ongoing research about this. And it looks like so far it's not dangerous at all if your cholesterol skyrockets like that. But also the documentary, The Cholesterol Code, which kind of documents Dave's journey from having high cholesterol to actually now being a published scientist researching cholesterol is available on Amazon. Just type in the cholesterol code and it'll pop up. You can watch it. I think you may have to pay $3.99 or something.
It's a way to support more research on this topic.
Yes,
so if you are someone who wants more research, this is a good place.
Please consider watching the cholesterol code on Amazon. For a minute there, it was the #1 documentary on Amazon in the UK. Yeah. So please consider doing that. Deb, nothing here you're saying is, don't be worried about this. Just eat your meat. Thank you very much.
Reminder, in case you didn't know, this is YouTube.
That's right.
This is Dr. Berry, but he is not your doctor.
That's right.
Because this is YouTube. This is not medical advice. This is for education. And sometimes we hope you're entertained as well. But just a reminder.
Yes, absolutely. Here is Kozlak, carnivore for 19 months. Your videos have helped me tremendously. Thank you. So I don't know Kozlak, but Kozlak just spent $20 to thank me for him hearing me on a YouTube video. But I think also $1 or $2 of that $20 he paid so that you can see his comment. Look at that comment. People don't pay $20 to say, hey, thank you for saying this thing on YouTube, unless it had a drastic effect on their life. Does that make sense to you? Does that compute? I mean, maybe Kozlak's a multi-billionaire and he just wipes his butt on $20 bills. I don't know, but I don't. But I only give super chats like that to a YouTube channel that has helped me either financially or health-wise or on the farm. I've given Greg Judy super chats because he's helped me so much to learn how to rotate my sheep and stuff. So just think about that for a second.
Rome Versace, love the username, says, I want to thank you so much. I was 299 pounds in October of last year, and today I'm 214 pounds.
Nice.
All I watch are your videos.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice. Huzzah. Nathan says, I know I'm obese for my age and height. Can I start this cold turkey?
Yes. Absolutely
yes. Now, but some people are moderators, Nathan, and you have to know who you are. Some people are not teetotalers. If you're going to quit smoking, you've got to go from 20 cigarettes to 17 cigarettes to 15 to 14. Some people just quit cold turkey. So if you're just a gung-ho, close your eyes and go head first, yes, you can start carnivore tomorrow. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's it. Eat when you're hungry. Eat till you're full. Do not portion control. Do not calorie count. And yes, you're going to start to lose that stored fat. And since I'm assuming you're a male, you're going to lose it pretty quickly. Okay. In 30 days time, you'll be able to notice a distinct improvement in your waistline, but you do not have to do this cold turkey if that's not your nature. It's totally up to you. Here is formerly Fully Laden Swallow, RM guest now. Greetings. Your thought on the use of red light therapy for treating microclotting issues. Thanks as always. So if you'd asked me this question, 5 years ago, I'd have been like, red light therapy is a bunch of bunk. It's just red LEDs. I have done tons of reading, tons of research, and I interviewed my good friend, Dr. Roger Schweltz, on this YouTube channel. And he's an ICU intensivist. He's board certified in internal medicine, acute, like intensive care medicine, and sleep medicine. He's triple board certified, so he's not a dummy. Is what I'm trying to get at. He changed my mind about red light therapy. There's actually a ton of research. Guess what the biggest red light therapy source is that's also free? The sun. The sun has full spectrum red light. If you go out in the sunlight, you're getting red light therapy. Now, also, you can buy the red light therapy machines. That's fine. But different wavelengths of red light do different things. And so, yes, I think absolutely it's definitely not going to hurt your microclotting issues. It may absolutely help. Good question. Here's Kaya Ricks. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef is best if affordable. If is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Mm-hmm. Especially for people who are on a very tight budget.
Yeah, if you're making $100 an hour at your job, buy grass-fed, grass-finished, panda massaged beef that was raised by monks in the Himalayan mountains that cost $85 a pound. Yes. But if you're broke as a joke,
even if you're broke as a joke,
if money's an issue,
middle-class people.
I mean, times are tight right now.
A pound of ground beef is ridiculous.
Yes. So if money is an issue in your home, you can absolutely do this with the cheapest ground beef from the discount supermarket. That is still a health food for you compared to what you would be eating otherwise. Does that make sense? Good question. Thanks for the comment. Here's Twin Brook Acres, now age 69. Before, could barely walk. Listen to this. Could barely walk, had joint pain, high blood pressure. Now I don't take any blood pressure meds. No pain. Working my land like a 19-year-old.
Love to hear it.
That's a long list of non-scale victories.
Big non-scale victories.
This is huge. You understand? They probably have a little homestead, Twin Brook Acres, and bought it, and they're so excited. And they're like, yeah, but I feel like crap. I'm going to have to walk out there with a walking stick or something. They found the proper human diet. They said, I'm going to give this a try for 30 days. They did it, and now they're running around on their little homestead like a 19-year-old. And they're 69. That huzzah.
Hey, there's Mitzi in the comments.
Hey, Mitzi.
The public health renegade.
She is a renegade, and she's
also in our PhD community and has been with us for a very long time.
And she has a master's degree in public health and is working on or has completed her PhD in public health. So the PhD community is not just a bunch of dummies. These are very intelligent, very successful people.
It's not just a bunch of dummies
like us. That's right. Yeah. We tend to attract, we were just talking about this the other day, airline pilots, law enforcement officers, nurses, pharmacists, people like Mitzi. She's got a military career and now is a PhD. That's the kind of people we tend to attract.
We just average people, real people.
Average common sense people. That's my point is these are not people that don't have a job and are on welfare. These are people who literally understand how the world works, and they've been in there for years because this is the best support I think you can get if you're trying to improve your health with a proper human diet. Here's Steve. Oh, wait, Steve, come back. Dr. Berry, Lone Star tick causing red meat allergy. Yes, this is a real thing. It's still very, very rare, although you see an article on the news every day. Because it scares the crap out of people, and everybody on low carb, keto, ketovore, and carnivore clicks on that article. But it's actually still quite rare. It's also typically temporary. It lasts for 2 to 4 years, and then it peters out, and then you can eat meat again. But I just
you can eat chicken though.
That's right. So even if you've been bitten by a Lone Star tick and you have alpha gal, you can still eat all the fowl, all the poultry, anything that flies, and you can eat all the fish if it swims. You can also eat bugs if you want to, but I don't recommend it. But you just can't eat the meat of mammals without potentially having a minor or severe reaction if you have alpha gal. But it's actually still quite rare.
It's in the news.
You wouldn't know it by watching the news, right? Best way to break a fast is with eating meat. That's the best way to break a fast.
You can eat eggs too.
Or fish that has not been breaded and is not fried in the seed oil.
Also, what do you mean by fast? Like intermittent fasting, you do eat meat. If you've done anything that's like a long extended fast, some people like to have a cup of bone broth to kind of restart up everything.
Yeah, if you've done a 5-day or 7-day fast, then maybe one scrambled egg and wait an hour, or a cup of bone broth, wait an hour.
The word fast gets thrown out a
lot. It gets abused a lot. Yeah, you're right. West Coast Outdoors, thank you for all for answering my super chat. Yeah, all my other markers are great too. I was worried. Yes, no, I think you've got very little to worry about. Chasing the Sun 01. I have watched y'all so much for so long that I feel like I know the answer to every question I can think of. Thank you all so much for helping me get my life back.
Yeah, the thing about us is
God bless you too.
The same kinds of questions every week, but also we answer them the same way. We are very consistent. Yep. So if you come on here and you hang out with us and you're tired of hearing us say the same thing, we apologize. However, there are new people all the time, and we don't mind answering the same questions, but you may mind hearing us say the same thing.
But somebody like Chasing the Sun, a lot of people like that, after they've been with us for a few years, either on YouTube or in the PhD community, they're like, I feel
I can do this.
I can do this.
Yeah.
I want to be a health coach. And so that's why we started the PhD Certified Health Coaching Academy. And you guys are accepting a new, the second round of class.
We've got a new plan.
How can they get on the waiting list for the Winky benefits?
For the benefits, yeah. So you're going to go to PhD. Alyssa put it in there, but then it went away. PhD healthcoachacademy.com. I'm going to put it in.
I wonder if I've got it.
No, I'm
banners.
sure you don't.
Hey, I might. You don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to add that.
There it is. I put it in the comments, and it will be in the description on the replay. But that's opening up. We will open the doors, and then we will close the doors. This round will be self-paced, but it will include live Q&A sessions with Dr. Berry, myself, Alyssa, and Kim Howerton. And we just take you through the proper human diet, coaching skills, marketing, branding, and business. And our last group graduated in March, and we have several in the comments right now. One of our moderators, Dustin, just graduated, and yeah, we're excited to open the doors again, but then we're going to close them.
Yep. And here's Alyssa. She put this up. It's www.phdhealthcoachacademy.com. I'll leave that up for a minute, and I'm going to answer Rich Guru's question, but I'm not going to put it on the screen, so you guys can copy this down if you want to become a health coach. So far, I'm down to beef, lamb, and tallow with 150 grams of rice, potatoes a day. Just those 5 things. Do you think I will lose belly fat on this diet? You're not going to lose nearly as much as you would if you get rid of the rice and potatoes. Those are pure sugar. Okay, rice and potatoes are pure starch, which as soon as you eat it breaks down into sugar, which spikes your blood sugar, which spikes your insulin, which turns off your ability to burn fat. Now, this is a diet that a lot of people who are like competitive level bodybuilders and competitive level weightlifters, they eat this, but they're not trying to lose fat. You're trying to lose fat. You need to get rid of the carbs. The potatoes and rice, why are you eating those? Just because you like them? Because they're yummy? Because they have no vitamins or minerals that you need at all. They have no fat that you need at all. You need fatty acids, and they have virtually no protein that you need. Why are you eating rice and potatoes? I don't understand. I'm not yelling, I love you, but that'd be like saying I'm eating beef and lamb and beef tallow, but I'm also eating 150 grams of cupcakes a day. Is that it? Will I lose weight on that? I mean, well, maybe, but why the hell are you eating 150 grams of cupcake a day? That's kind of silly.
They taste good. That's fine.
They taste good.
Loving my steaks, as my mom says. If her doctor sounded like Dr. Berry, she would go more often. She is 99.
I love it. What's her name? Hey, Mama, how you
name.
doing? I love it. Okay, here is M. Silas. I stopped a pack of cigarettes a day, cold turkey 1 year ago. Started ketovore cold turkey on February. A1C down, inflammation down, lost 10 pounds. Thank you both.
You turned your entire life around, 100%. Didn't you, girl?
You're so much healthier now. It's ridiculous. But now this is the type of person that can go carnivore overnight. She quit smoking cold turkey and did it.
You know, it has a lot to do with how sick and tired you are of feeling sick and tired.
This is a valid point.
Your pain point will kind of dictate how willing you are to give up the things that feel good, because it's going to suck for a minute. Yep. But then you're going to see results, and then it sucks a little less. You know.
Here's Roma Versace. Oh, did you already?
Yeah.
This is
another
one. Yeah. So Salty and Element I found are a must. Electrolytes are a huge mover for my weight. Currently 6 eggs and 3 slices of bacon for breakfast, and 10 or 12 ounce steak for dinner. So 2 meals a day.
Yummy. Started with
75-25 ground beef. That's perfectly fine. And if you can find 70-30, I'd prefer you use that, but 75-25, that's fine. And if you can only find 80-20, then just put a little butter on top. Absolutely.
All right, guys, one more question, and then our kids are going to roll up. They've been fishing.
Go back over here.
They've been catching fish. Beckett caught 6 fish.
So, and then here's a comment, because Tanya has been watching the news. She said, so many people have alpha-gal, including several people in my town. How can it be considered rare? Because when we actually look at the documented research on it, I understand there's several people in your town, and I believe you, but that doesn't make it common. It just means that you have a patch. Probably it's a very ticky area with Lone Star ticks, kind of like we are. Some parts of the country have no alpha-gal whatsoever. like huge states. But then other states like Tennessee, and then all of states kind of on the southeast and the eastern, what do they call it? The eastern seaboard. They have lots of Lone Star ticks, and so they're going to have a higher incidence of alpha-gal, but still quite rare. Okay, let's see. You said another question.
I said one more.
One more. Oh, no, you're not allergic to sardines.
He said fish.
I know, but I don't know. Okay, so
Or she's
Joey, do you think you're allergic to iodine? Is that why? If so, you're not. You're not allergic to iodine. No one on the planet is. I've got a YouTube video that explains it to you right now that's flaring up going, yes, I am. No, you're not. Your doctor was wrong. Watch my video about iodine allergy. It's impossible. It'd be like being allergic to air. That's impossible. So there's really not, I mean, chicken liver is going to be about as nutrient dense as sardines. It's still not going to have the omega-3s, but it's probably something you ate with the fish that you're allergic to. It's super, super rare to be allergic to fish truly. Now, I'm not saying go to Captain D's and eat a bunch of fish and have anaphylactic shock. I trust that you know what you're talking about. But I do go back and think, what did I eat with the fish? And also keep in mind that many food allergy reactions don't come immediately after you eat the food. They very often come 2 to 8 hours after you ate the food. So you may have had the reaction immediately after eating the fish, but what caused your reaction was actually the meal before that. Just keep all that in mind and think about that. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying I want you to think about that, because being allergic to a very nutrient-dense natural food that God made and put on this earth, that sucks. And I really don't want you to be allergic to fish. I hope that's not true.
Okay, that's it, guys, for the hour. But if you want more of Dr. Berry, he will be live again tomorrow and Wednesday before we leave to go to Meat Stocks.
Inside.
In the PhD community.
That's
There's
right.
a link in the description. If you want to join, you can cancel anytime. We're not going to hold you hostage. But if you want to come join us, we'll be there tomorrow and the next day. And then we'll be at Meat Stock this weekend. See you guys there. And if we miss you then, we will see you next week in the community, because we won't be back here for Monday Night Live. Maybe we'll do one in Gatlinburg. We're unclear. Maybe we'll see you next week here. If not, we'll see you the following week. Make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube unsubscribes people all the time.
Yep.
And if you want to come hang out with me on my YouTube channel, I have one. You can look for my name. Dr. Berry should have it linked in the description of his video, but I don't know if he does or not.
So until next time, try your best to live a proper human life and always eat a proper human diet. That's what we're going to be doing, and I suggest you try and do it too. See you next time.